A one-woman man's what I wanna be. Stay by her side so
What I do,
faithfully.
I am a Taekwondo instructor
What if I could?
here in the city I live in for an outreach program. I see one group of students once a week, 45 minutes each class time. My last video here was about connection and bond. By creating this connection and bond from teacher to student, there is a two-way pass of information. The stronger the connection, the stronger the bond, the faster and more efficient that information will travel. So, it's easy to talk about the path from the teacher to the student. What the teacher tells, what the teacher teaches. But what about the other way? From student to teacher. Here's what I found out from my experiences from teaching this martial art for so long. I call it the mirror effect. By looking at the reaction, development, excuse me, the reaction, the development of the student, the instructor should be able to see what's working, what's not working, or what needs modification. But I also see myself. Old saying, there is no such thing as a bad student, but a bad teacher. Classic example, we'll take a look at the original Karate Kid 1, the original. Sensei John Kreese, hardcore, bad, bad mother. And his students reflected him. So they picked on Daniel, and Mr. Miyagi involved himself and was able to get Daniel some respect. And now Daniel is a reflection of Mr. Miyagi, kind, sincere, didn't want to give up at the end. Didn't want to give up. He realized that if he just gave up, then they're gonna hang out Daniel for the rest of his life. And then Mr. Miyagi went ahead, healed his knee, and he won the tournament. The students do most of the changing, but also the instructor teacher has to change too. It's a two-way street of information between instructor and student. So I've learned that my jokes are old. I used to have this repertoire of jokes when I teach class, trying to keep things fresh. But lately, here's the mirror. Here's the mirror. I say to a student, okay, I need you to relax, to be calm, but don't be too relaxed that you look like Gumby. And I get students look with the confused look. What's Gumby? Who's Gumby? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, there it goes. There's the mirror right there in my face. Here's another one. Okay, we have to use our forearms. Our forearms for our high block. Forearms. Who knows the cartoon character Popeye? Nobody raises their hand. Oh, looking in the mirror again. So that's a fun example of what I mean by looking in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Be the example was one of my old videos. Be the example. If you are, let's take drugs. Drugs is an easy one. If you advocate, if you preach, don't use drugs, but then when you go home, you roll up a fatty. You smoke some marijuana. You do the. Okay, I don't need to get further into that. What a hypocrite you are. So, what a hypocrite. Be the example. Let your student be a true reflection of you. I realize if we're talking education, as in academics, a student has many different teachers, okay? But if we take it to elementary, per se, the teacher has to develop their young minds at a young age. I have a psychology degree. A young mind, calling how many years? 5 to 7, possibly 8. I forget the age range in elementary school. The teacher must form and shape these young minds properly, because they become a reflection of the teacher as well. They must profess nice things like don't lie, say no to drugs, be cool, stay in school, and so forth. And then when they get to middle school, junior high, and high school, and then college, of course, the student has much more teachers. But let's put it into Taekwondo, into a martial arts world. Martial arts, dojang, dojo. I'm not sure of any of the other names. There may be multiple instructors in the class or helping with the class, but they all should be following the same path, the same lesson plans. So my assistants, I hope you're watching this too. This video is always good for you. I hope that you are following my lead, copying my lead, and be an echo, being a repeater of what I say in class to my students when we break up into smaller groups and run the drills. So I've learned that I need to constantly look in the mirror. I must look in the mirror by using the two-way path between me and my students. This also, last thing, this also goes for the parents of the students. I allow the parents to be in the classroom when I'm running class, because I teach in recreation centers, a church, and a big PE room at a school, and the area is big enough to hold the students and the parents. Of course, the parents have their own designated area, and of course, and then I'm on the main floor with the students and my assistants. By looking at the facial reactions of the parents, that's also looking inside a mirror. I'm sorry, not inside a mirror, looking in a mirror. There you go. By looking at their facial reactions, I get an instant read if what I'm doing is okay, if what I'm doing is funny, if what I'm doing is wrong. And it's easy to tell. If it's wrong, I get that, or I get the mean face. If it's funny, obviously they laugh. If it's good, meaning what I'm talking about makes sense, I get this. Okay, that's easy. Or they'll talk to whoever they're sitting with, and I see excited, accepting face, that they accept what I say and that they like what I'm saying to their children. Okay, so recognize that there is a mirror in the two-way path of information between teacher and student. There's a mirror. Don't be afraid of the mirror. You've got to look into the mirror in order to know what you are doing, whether it works, it doesn't work, or it just needs a little tweaking. Don't be afraid of the mirror. Okay? Alright, that's all I got for you, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.